crazy. But yeah, I've never just dropped one of my kids into my stories, although KAZU does have a lot of the stubborn nature and willfulness of my now 15-year-old son. So there's similarities, but not completely.
How about the character of Genki? That's one of the best characters of the book. Is there a real Genki in your home?
We have 2 rescue dogs. We are huge dog lovers. Our first dog, Einstein, kind of looks like a Labradoodle, but with looser curls. They told us he is a wire terrier mix because we didn't name him. We got him from the shelf. Thought about changing it, but we decided not to because he looks like the dog from Back to the Future. So I think that's where they got the name, is they named him after that dog. But he's not named Einstein because he's smart. It's because he has like this really crazy hair. It's always sticking up. And he is our escape artist. We've done just about everything you can imagine to try to safeguard our backyard. So he stays back there, but he can jump just about any fence. And we think now with quarantine, we've been able to finally figure out how to keep him in, but you never know. He'll jump the fence, he'll run around the neighborhood, and then he'll bark at my front door to have me let him in. He's such a stinker. Everybody in our neighborhood knows him. And then we have a big, he looks like a black lab, but he's a lab shepherd mixed. His ears kind of shoot up. And his name is Titan. And he has hip dysplasia, so he cannot follow Einstein and jump out of our yard. Sometimes he alerts me. He'll bark like crazy and be like, Einstein's out. It's not fair. We love our dogs.
He sounds like the stool pigeon.
Yeah.
I am very familiar with escape artists. I had a dog, Darwin, that was the same way. We couldn't keep that dog in to save our lives.
I have this crazy story where when we first got him, we didn't know that about him. And we have a doggy door. And so we realized that he was going out the doggy door and jumping out. So we shut the doggy door. And the first time we left him inside the house, after we shut the doggy door, it was summer. And my son's window was open. And he has a desk like by his window. He climbed up on the desk and he pushed his way out the window and jumped from the second story window onto the ground. And he was fine. The only way we knew is because all the stuff on his desk was knocked off and the screen was popped out. He really will go to great lengths to escape.
Oh, that is hilarious.
I know. It's a crazy dog. Anyway.
Your character, KAZU Jones, where did you get your inspiration?
She's biracial. She's half Japanese. I actually had a best friend from Japan whose name was Kazuko, and we called her KAZU for short. And so I just love that name. It's so different than what we hear. And so I decided to name her after my best friend.
Now, will KAZU age in this series, or is she going to be a Nancy Drew and stay forever young?
Well, it all depends if I'm able to write anymore. I kind of have plotted out or thought of 3 more books so that it would take her up to the end of elementary school. This book takes place in the fall of her 5th grade year. The second book that comes out on April 21st, this next week, takes place in the spring of their 5th grade year. And then I have it kind of plotted for fall, spring, and summer, and then that would be it. So yeah, I do kind of want them to age so that it's realistic that way.
Unfortunately, Malice Domestic was canceled for this year.
So I was thinking about that. I am really kind of an introvert, a homebody. So while quarantining has been odd, it hasn't been as difficult for me as it is for some of our kids that are super social. So if we were still staying at home, it'd be easy for me just to drink a Diet Coke and to eat a sugar cookie, a frosted sugar cookie, and call it good. If we were able to go out, I'd probably go out for sushi with my husband and maybe a movie because it's been so long, but nothing too exciting.
I read that drive-in movies are having a lot of business at this time.
Oh, I know. I think they closed down both of our drive-in movie theaters in Idaho Falls, and I wish that they'd open them up because, yeah, that would be big business.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, but it's not an essential business, so.
Yeah. Are you working on any new books? You had mentioned about the book getting ready to come out, but are you working on anything else?
I am. I've been working on, it started out as a middle grade, but now I'm wondering if it's a YA, kind of about a haunted forest and girl who disappeared when she was like a toddler and for about 3 weeks and then came out with no memory of what happened while she was there and not a scratch on her. And so she starts to remember what happened. And so that's kind of what I'm working on now.
I would definitely read that.
I would too. Spookier the better.
Yeah, I like spooky stories.
You too.
Can you give us your website so people can find you?
Yeah, it's super easy. It's just ShaunaHolyoak.com. ShaunaHolyoak.com.
Well, Shauna, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. We're disappointed that we didn't get a chance to meet you at Malice, and so we're hoping next year we can connect and get to know you.
Oh, that would be fun. Thank you so much.
And would you send us an arc of your new book so we can promote it on the show?
Yes, I would love to. Thank you so much, ladies.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
And stay safe. Well, Shauna's book sounds like a lot of fun for middle grade student. I think my granddaughter would probably enjoy these books.
I didn't get a chance to read it, but I did read through some of the reviews on Goodreads. And I have to say, I was very impressed with the fact that Shauna deals with emotions that I think kids those age deal with, because they're kind of stuck between being a teenager and being a child. It's a very tough age. And from the reviews that I saw, it sounds like she does a really good job of dealing with those and manages to make the book fun also. If you have a child that age, I suggest you check out Shauna's book. And KAZU Jones sounds like something that I think I would even enjoy reading.
Well, while we were researching Shauna for the podcast, what she put out about herself, she puts it out in a very fun way. So I had a very good idea that she would really make any book she wrote lots of fun and engaging. And of course, she has all those kids too from her experience. Well, she did say they aren't all of her children. It's a blended family, but still,
that's 7 children.
And it's a lot of inspiration, I'm sure.
The Agatha Awards have already happened. Shauna was one of our Agatha nominees. Speaking of that, it is now time to announce the winners. For Best Contemporary Novel, The Long Call by Anne Cleves, Minotaur Books.
And if you have missed our last podcast, we just posted Anne Cleves' interview with us last week.
Well, I can brag for us that all of the winners have been on our program. If you look back into our show notes, we have interviewed every one of the winners. Best First Mystery Novel was won by Tara Laskowski for the book One Night Gone, Graydon House Books.
The winner of the Best Historical Mystery category is by Edith Maxwell, Charity's Burden, put out by Midnight Inc.
Best Nonfiction was won by Mo Moulton for the Mutual Admiration Society, How Dorothy L. Sayers and Her Oxford Circle Remade the World for Women. Basic Books.
And Best Children or Young Adult was won by Frances Schoonmaker for The Last Crystal, Actus Press.
Finally, The Last Word by Sean Riley Simmons was the winner for Best Short Story, and you can find that in the Malice Domestic 14 Mystery Most Edible, put out by Wildside Press.
And we send our congratulations to everyone who was nominated or who won.
Thank all of these authors who took the time to speak with us, either this year or last.
New and noteworthy.
First up is Saltwater Secret by Cindy Callahan. She's a friend of the show's. It came out April 28th by Simon & Schuster. From acclaimed author of Just Add Magic, now a hit streaming original series, comes a sweet novel about 2 sisters on summer vacation that explore the intricate bonds of a blended family.
Next is a novel by Amanda Quick. It's the 4th book in the Burning Cove, California series called Close Up. Welcome to Burning Cove, California, where 1930s Hollywood glamour conceals a ruthless killer. And that was published May 5th by Berkeley.
And finally, we have Murder in the Garment District by David Scott Whitwer and Catherine Rios, a thrilling and true account of racketeering and union corruption in mid-century New York, when unions and the mob were locked in power struggles that reverberate to this day. That comes out May 12th by New Press. Trivia!
Last week's question was, who won the most Agathas? A. Margaret Barron, B. Hank Philippi Ryan, C. Mary Higgins Clark, or D. Louise Penny? And the answer is, it's a tricky one. We have a tie. Louise Penny and Margaret Barron have both won 7 awards.
That's just too tricky. That's not fair. Not fair.
Oh, you think that one's tricky? Wait till you see this week's question.
Uh-oh.
Which mystery novel starts with "It was a dark and stormy night"? A. Paul Clifford by Edward Bulmer Lytton. B. A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine Engle. C. A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. Or D. Murder in the Rue Morgue by Edgar Allan Poe. Good luck.
Oh, that is a good one.
That is a good one.
I have my moments.
Well, that wraps us up for another podcast. Don't forget to go to our website at our new website, darkstormybc.com. That's where you can find links to all of our episodes. You can sign up for our newsletter. You can email us, find us on social media, and you can even hit the Patreon button and support us if you're able.
First and foremost, before we say goodbye, happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there and wannabe mothers. And remember,
Life would be boring without a little mystery. Bye.